Welcome to Danefern Fight Club. This week I'm joined by the winner of Searching for a Scrap Season 1, Nkosi and Ndebele. Nkosi, how's it going?
I'm awesome. How are you, Mr. Jason?
I'm always good, man, always good.
Fantastic.
So I think just give us a bit of background on what the experience was like on the show, having to film yourself, walking around with a camera, seeing yourself on TV every week.
Oh, man. First of all, actually, thank you for that opportunity. That was actually awesome. Search for Scrap Season 1 was phenomenal. For me, it was something different. We usually see girls walking with the selfie stick, taking pictures, being like, we're like, oh, it's girls. But now it was like, I was joining the girls now. They see me, holding the stick, talking to myself. They're like, what's wrong with this guy, Because most of all, even if I tell them, like, no, this is for a show that I'm doing, because I'm doing MMA. Most of them then just like, what is MMA? I'm like, oh, guys, just buy Star Set. Check it on channel 120. But yeah, it was fantastic. I actually enjoyed it. And seeing myself on TV, being motivated, it's only the beginning. And only great things are coming. So
even from myself doing commentary and watching you fight and obviously seeing your career up to this point, your ground game, the clinch, all of that stuff has evolved quite a bit since last year. Has there been a lot of work going on with that since the World Champs?
Since the World Champions, I actually had to enlarge my thinking as well. I have a bigger vision, see big, and I really had to train hard. I really had to push myself. I really had to focus, stay strong in the mind. That's the most important thing that I actually focus on, being strong in the mind. Because if you're strong in the mind, you can actually tell yourself to do something and you focus and you achieve it. So, I had to train hard, work together, train hard with my coach, push myself to the limit, and open myself to more learning, and be humble, and at the same time try to be confident, learn and try to use what I've learned, and it has been phenomenal, and as you're saying, I've been, inside the cage now. I try to be free. I try to make the cage my home ground. As soon as I step in there, I try to be free. I try to connect with the environment and then just have fun at the same time, taking victory. Yeah.
And what was it like having to go through a tournament like that, fighting once a month?
It was fantastic. I actually say this is actually very good. At the same time, it's very good for my amateur. Getting more experience. And the toughest thing was just dropping weight. That was the hardest part of it, just cutting weight every month.
Yeah, all we saw was cheekbones.
Yes, all those cheekbones. That was very, very horrible. That was horrible moment, but that's why I told myself I had to be strong in the mind as well, because, once you go after that, I tell myself, don't worry, after the weigh is, you're gonna eat and everything. It's only like just leaving food or nice stuff for like a week. So, at the end, it's worth it. So, but it was fantastic. Super awesome.
And then we know that obviously part of winning the show was the pro contract with Fight Stars, but you putting off turning pro immediately to fight at the Africa Open and the World Champs again this year. Give us a bit of your thought process behind that.
If I was someone else, I could have gone pro a long time ago, like any other fighter does. Fight 3 fights, 4 fights, get the belt. Oh, I think I'm ready for pro. I fought a 2-weight division championship at Fight Star, but I still think I'm not really that ready. I'm getting there, but I'm not really ready for for pro. Yes, in South Africa, maybe. Yes, if I had to say, if I had to limit myself and say I want to fight in South Africa, yes, I'll be ready to go and fight pro. But I've got bigger visions. I just see myself, fighting overseas. I want to fight in Brave. My biggest one is Ballito. If I see myself in Ballito, then I would have achieved my dream. So that's why I really want to have a solid amateur background, build a super strong foundation, so that even if I get to the top, whatever win comes, nothing is going to shake and pull me back down there. So I'm not going to sign the contract yet I've won it and everything. Yeah, some people say, it's so stupid, why don't you sign it? If I was you, I would have gone pro a long time ago. I'm like, guys, if the vision is big, then you know So yeah, I'm still gonna work for that. I still don't want that world title in the world, and as soon as I get that, I think I will be close. You know, I can go pro feeling okay. Maybe I'm trying. I can do better.
And for those that don't know, I mean, what is just to give people an idea, the level difference between fighting in South Africa, the Africa Open, and then a World Championships?
Hey, you see, that's why I always tell these guys to say they're actually joking. If you are to go to the worlds or fight, international fight, you will come back here, you'll actually think, why are you doing MMA? You know, why are you training so hard to just go over there and get smashed, you know, and be bullied so easy, you know, because the standard there is very high. You know, they take MMA very seriously. Some of the guys, to them it's like, we live for MMA. This is what I breathe. This is what I do every day. While this side, I'm like, go to work in the morning. I'll train at 6 o'clock, you know, 2 hours or so. While those guys, they train there 5 hours, 10 hours a day.
As amateurs.
And they've got like 20, 30 fights, you know, amateur fights. We've got 8 fights, 6 fights, and then you go pro. Those guys have got super experience. So it's something that when I went there and I spoke to those guys, I was like, there's no time to mess around. I really need to be serious, and I really need to build a strong, solid foundation for myself, so that even if I go overseas or an opportunity comes from me, at least I'm on that standard. I can compete at an international standard, because that's where I see myself. I don't really see myself competing in South Africa. I would really wish for doors to open for me to go and compete overseas.
And then obviously the next thing for you, which you're already preparing for, is the Africa Open. We know that there's a number of international guys coming through as well. The US are sending guys, Australia sending guys. There will be a large South African team part of that as well. What are you expecting from that tournament?
I'm actually super excited for this tournament, because I've done it. I did it last year, and I've seen and I know how it is. And as much as I know it's going to be tough, but I'm actually expected, because USA is going to be there, Australia is going to be there, and they've got guys who actually are good in wrestling, you know. And that's actually one of my, not to say weaknesses, but I lack in that a bit. I need to improve when it comes to wrestling, and I feel now I've been training very hard, you know, trying new stuff, and so it will be a good chance to just test the level, you know, of wrestling I've been able to accomplish. And then, yeah, as soon as I tackle the All Africans, take the #1 spot, then I'll be ready to go for the Worlds, you know, to take over there as well.
Well, I'm sure we'll catch you at the Africa Open. We'll definitely be seeing how the build-up goes for you. There you have it, guys. As Nkosi says, the Africa Open is happening at the end of May. A very bright future for this kid. He is the defending champion at the Africa Open. He is going to go out there and try and defend that gold medal. We will be following him all the way up to the World Championships and then into his pro career. As he always says, the future looks bright for Nkosi Ndebele.
And it remains exciting. Woo! Fantastic.